Welcome to Film Therapy, the unofficial, unlicensed movie podcast.
If the film says we can say it too. So check the film rating, and that will be our episode rating.
Thank you for listening. Hello. This is Film Therapy.
Hello. Welcome back. Today, we are going to be talking about a strange little movie called Akiro Kurosawa's Dreams.
Yes, very strange.
Very strange. We weren't sure if we were going to record on this one or not, but eventually decided to, because why not? It's a movie, and we watched it, most of it.
Yeah.
Almost. So we're going to just share our thoughts, and maybe this might be a little more emotion-based, but here we go.
Yeah, so right out of the gate, I didn't really vibe with this movie's strangeness, which is weird because I love strange movies. But for some reason, I didn't really vibe with this one. And this is my first Kurosawa, and I've wanted to see many of his movies for a long time, and this one always seemed intriguing. So I was really bummed that I didn't vibe with it.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same. I hadn't seen any Kurosawa movies either, and it seemed like a very interesting one to start with. I love dream concepts and
totally
movies based on dreams and everything. And totally we should vibe with that, you know?
Right, actually, it's like a huge part of our friendship is talking about dream connections and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it is. So it was kind of weird. I just think it was a little too slow.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Did you rent this on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, me too. I was watching it. I got about halfway through, and then I think I had to go do something, so I stopped. And then you had told me that you weren't really vibing with it, and then I just accidentally never went back to it, and then my rental expired, and I was like, well, that's okay.
It's amazing.
But I found some of the shorts online today, and I watched a couple of them.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah. So I kind of got to see a bit more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you get any meaning from the stuff that you hadn't seen yet?
A little bit. So there's 8 short stories inside this one movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they all represent or are portrayals of Kurosawa's dreams that he's had throughout his life, and they kind of start when he's younger and go throughout middle age and then finally old age.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is him as a boy in a depiction of his childhood home, and he goes into the woods and sees foxes having a wedding. I thought they were cats, but I found out they were foxes.
I wondered if they were jellicle cats.
I know, they look like jellicle cats for sure.
They do.
It was really creepy.
It was. I think the way it was shot and how they made it from the kid's perspective, that's what made it so unnerving, because it really gave you the vibe of when you see that when you're a kid, if when you have a nightmare or when you see something really surreal and you don't quite know how to react.
Yeah, definitely. And then what happens? He just runs home and tells his mom, and his mom doesn't believe him.
I think so. Then his mom says you can't come in here now because you're cursed or something, and then it just ends.
Fun. It was interesting, but it kind of hooked me, so I kept watching. And the second one is about the peach orchard, and kind of it's the same kid, I think, or another child.
I thought it was.
Yeah, he's running through his peach orchard where all of his favorite trees were, but oh no, they're chopped down, and then the peach orchard people are upset because there's no more peach trees, and he's upset too, but he's like, oh, but I have to cut down the peach trees, but I don't want to because they're so pretty, and it's a human nature dichotomy struggle thing. And that was weird. They did a weird song.
Yeah, that was really, really strange.
That was also kind of unnerving.
That was actually, I think that was more unnerving than the jellicle foxes getting married.
Yeah. But there was that one like iconic cover shot there with he's in the field with the rainbow, and that was really, really pretty.
That was so pretty. I really liked that shot.
And then the third one is the blizzard, right?
I don't think I got that far.
You didn't get that far?
No.
Okay, so the next one is a blizzard. I'll tell you about it.
Whoops. Although the tunnel sounds familiar.
Well, the blizzard's easy to forget
Okay.
because they're just in a snowstorm on the mountain.
Okay.
And they're about to like freeze of hypothermia, but then a beautiful snow spirit woman arrives and kind of caresses them and makes the snow go away, and they can find their camp. And that's pretty much it.
Sounds intriguing.
But apparently Kurosawa used to go mountaineering when he was a child, so that kind of spurred that one, I think.
Makes sense.
The fourth one is The Tunnel. And this one was really sad. This one hit me because it's like a lieutenant commanding officer in from the war. I think it's World War II. And he's walking through a tunnel in his uniform, and then more men follow him, and they come out the tunnel. You can tell they're dead because they're like kind of blue-faced and bloody, and they're confused. They don't know that they're dead, and he has to like tell them that they're dead, and it's like his whole platoon of soldiers had died and he was still alive. And so he kind of had to like relive going through that.
That's so fascinating.
Then the next one,
Are we on 5 now?
we are on 5,
Okay.
is like the one about the crows. And this is about Vincent van Gogh and a man looking at Vincent van Gogh's paintings and kind of daydreaming about them and being inside of them. So this one was really cool because it used Vincent van Gogh's paintings as like the backdrop of the scene, and then it like would turn into a live action world, and then back into a painting, and then back into live action. So I really actually enjoyed this one, and it reminded me of my music video I did because it was a mix between animation and live action.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like the way they did it a lot. And they did he was like walking through all of the famous paintings, and eventually is in the crows painting, and he scares the crows and they all fly away as Vincent van Gogh is heading over the mountain. So he stops and talks to Van Gogh for a while, and Van Gogh is played by Martin Scorsese, and he speaks English. Yeah, it's just weird.
You forgot to introduce him as famed Marvel fan Martin Scorsese.
What is that?
Martin Scorsese came out and talked about how Marvel movies aren't really cinema.
Oh, shit.
So that was like a whole thing. So yeah, famed Marvel fan Martin Scorsese.
Yes, famed Marvel fan Martin Scorsese stars as Vincent van Gogh in Akira Kurosawa's Dreams.
Couldn't have said it better.
Thank you. So that's just, yeah, a weird cameo there. It's pretty small.
Yeah, that's really strange.
So then after that one, there is, I think it's called like Mount Fuji in Red, and it's Mount Fuji is exploding, and there are people being exposed to radiation and different types of poisonings that are in the air, but then the person in the dream like assigns colors to all these poisons so that you know which one is like coming at you and killing you.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a take on man-made destruction and nuclear power destroying the Earth and ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was kind of cool.
Uh-huh. That sounds interesting.
And then the other two, I don't remember.
Okay. That's valid.
So number 7 is The Weeping Demon. Apparently this one was disturbing, which I kind of want to watch it. So this man is wandering around a mountain and comes across another man with a horn on his head, and he realizes he's a demon. Oh yeah, this one's also about nuclear fallout. So it's kind of weird that this one follows right after the Mount Fuji and Red one. I guess he had something to say about that. So the demons are like forced to be in pain, and they cannot die. And they're in hell suffering for their sins.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, then it ends with the guy just running away and the demon is chasing him. And then he hopefully woke up before something bad happened. Oh, the last one is a funeral procession that kind of mirrors the first one, where they're all walking, a group of people as a funeral. They're walking the opposite way across the frame as they did in the first one, which was the wedding, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was a nice bookend there. I guess I wanted to maybe talk about other films that are structured this way as like short stories throughout.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Like that one we saw in film school, the Argentinian one.
Wild Tales?
Wild Tales, yes.
That was really good. That movie was really good.
That was good. And it was comedic too.
Yeah, I remember actually seeing the opening clip about being on the plane in post production in our first semester, and then like a few semesters later seeing it in global cinema and being like, oh, okay, so that's what the rest of the movie is like.
Yeah, intriguing for sure. What else is like this? I know some movies, are separated by acts and they have like titles for each act, but those are all usually connected, but these aren't really connected in any way.
There's Twilight Zone the movie, which has like four stories in it.
Oh, okay.
Trick or Treat has a lot of stories in it.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Magnolia is a movie about vignettes. It's an amazing movie.
Oh, I did not like that one.
Oh, you did not like that one? That's totally valid.
Mm-mm.
I feel so mixed on PTA, and I think we've said this before.
Yeah.
I remember still being so confused in film school when they would talk about all the Andersons, like Wes Anderson and Paul Thomas Anderson and Paul W.S. Anderson. I'm like, wait, they're not all the same?
So many Andersons.
Before 2017, I would walk around just being like, oh yeah, the same guy did Resident Evil and There Will Be Blood. Sure.
Definitely.
Hot take, Resident Evil is a much more fun movie. There, I said it.
Oh. Nice. I don't think I've seen the original Resident Evil.
Oh, you should. It's actually really fun. There's 6 of them, and then there's a reboot also. So 7 total.
Okay. I think I saw the remake when it came out, but that came out in 2011?
No, that came out in November of last year.
Oh, what? Wait, what am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of Evil Dead.
Yeah, you're thinking of Evil Dead.
Yeah. My bad.
I have not seen the remake of that, but I've seen the original trilogy.
Okay, so the original is a trilogy. Interesting.
Yeah, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. Sam Raimi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Director of the Spider-Man trilogy.
Right on.
So, like, one of my favorite filmmakers just for that.
Yeah.
Also, another hot take, I think the first Evil Dead is my favorite. I enjoy Evil Dead 2. I didn't really care for Army of Darkness that much because it's a bit too slapsticky for my tastes. But, from what I remember. But, just like the first movie just gives me this, this creepy vibe, and I just really love that.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, hot takes. So a lot of hot takes this episode, I guess.
A lot of hot takes.
I just didn't really vibe with Dreams, and I don't really have a reason why. I think I just didn't vibe with it, which is like so unfortunate because it's such a cool concept for a movie, and it feels like something I would totally vibe with. So it could have just been the day, or it could have just been, I don't know, maybe just the movie itself or my mindset. I'm not even sure, but I'm a little bummed about it. But you like some movies, you don't like some other movies. Like, I like Resident Evil, but I don't like There Will Be Blood, so, yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Waking Life, too.
Yeah.
Even though I like Waking Life way more.
Yes, Waking Life is fantastic. It's a fantastic movie. Just the art style alone looks really cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Richard Linklater came out with another animated rotoscoped type movie. And I was curious about it, although personally I didn't think the animation looked as good as it did in Waking Life. And I've only seen the trailer, to be clear, so.
Is that the one with Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, it might be. I don't remember, actually. It might be.
Oh, yes. A Scanner Darkly.
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
I haven't seen that one yet either. It's from 2001. No, it does not have... Oh, it has Ethan Hawke again. Okay.
Oh, wait, no, that's Waking Life. That's from 2001. I think.
Oops. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong one. 2006. A Scanner Darkly. Oh, yeah, and it has Robert Downey Jr. Okay. And Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, Woody Harrelson. Great. Okay.
Okay, first of all, that's a great cast. Second of all, scratch that. I meant a new... there's like a new movie of his.
Oh, okay.
And so sorry for the confusion. And then third, yeah, there's a scene in Waking Life with Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy being their characters from the Before trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's obviously the best scene in the movie because them on screen together is like the best thing in all of cinema.
Okay, so this Apollo 10.5. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, when did that come out?
April. How did I not know that came out already?
Yeah, I think it is that one.
Yeah, it's about like a kid in space.
Yeah, I think that one had a strange animation style to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's on Netflix.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Richard Linklater. Like, he's one of my favorite directors. But just from just from like the trailer alone, I was just like, I don't know. Which I guess that's just the equivalent of judging a book by its cover, but you know.
Okay, I didn't realize that was on Netflix. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, if you do, let me know what you think of it.
I will.
I was actually going to ask if you wanted to talk about what we watched.
I might only have a couple that I want to mention. I've watched a bunch of bad movies recently.
Ooh, I want to hear about that. Like, bad as in like entertainingly bad, or bad as
No.
in... Oh.
Sadly. All just like movies I've started and stopped because I'm like, I don't like this and I don't want to waste my time.
Speaking of bad movies, there's a screening of The Room in September, and Tuan and I are going to go, and there's a Q&A with Tommy Wiseau.
No way.
So I'm going to see Tommy Wiseau in person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
So I'll probably talk about that.
What theater is it at?
The one we saw Rocky Horror at, the Esquire,
Okay.
I think.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really surreal because I'm like, wait, I'm actually gonna meet this guy. There's several words I could use, but I'd rather not right now. I'd rather not record myself saying
guy.
this guy who made a movie. Good for him. He made a movie.
Good for him. You know, lots of people aspire to do that and don't, and he did. He did it.
So you know that they made the Fantastic Four movies in like 2005-ish, right?
Yeah.
Like they made those, and then in 2015 or so they made Fan Four Stick, which I've heard is like not good.
Fan Four Stick?
Like that one has like that one has like Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan and they tried to reboot Fantastic Four, but it just wasn't as good, I heard. And then
it's not actually called Fan Four Stick, is it? But that's just what you call it.
No, that's actually what it's called. Look at the poster. That's what it's called.
I thought you were doing a Scriforum.
No. That's the same thing. Scriforum is on the poster. That's how you say it. Five Cream isn't the real title, even though it should be. Scriforum is the actual title.
Five Cream.
Yeah, so it's called Fan Four Stick. That's the real title.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So people didn't like that movie very much, but Tommy Wiseau did, and he said if given the chance he would direct the sequel. And I'm like, can you imagine?
Oh my gosh. No.
So
also, yes.
So I said to Tuan when we go meet him in September, if he calls on me, that's going to be my question. Is are you still interested in directing a sequel to Fan Four Stick?
Yes.
Because it's a Q&A.
You already know your question. I love it.
I already know my question. I knew right away. I'm not going to ask him
I'm
about
so excited.
The Room or about his personal life or any of that shit. I'm going to ask him
No.
if they offered you to direct Van Forstic 2, would you still do it?
Yes.
Then it'd be really funny if that actually inspired his next movie, and then I got like in the credits somehow or something. It's like
Oh
that
my
one
gosh.
guy at the Colorado screening.
That one guy. And then you should have like a follow-up, like and if you do, what would the plot be or something like that?
Yes.
So that he can have more of an answer rather than just a yes or no for you.
Yes, because I want to hear him answer my question in like a sentence.
Yeah.
Man, it'd be really cool if Greg Sestero was there too.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe he will surprise show up.
I think that's happened before. If I did, I don't think I have a copy of the Disaster Artist book, but if I did, I would have him sign it. Greg Sestero.
You can get one before then.
I'm thinking about it. I might as well. It's a great book. It's better than the movie.
Yeah, you should.
Like, the movie's good, but then the book is, like, really good. Also, one more thing. Greg does the audiobook for The Disaster Artist, and he does the best Tommy impression of all time.
I'm sure he does.
So, yeah. What did I watch? Okay, so I finally watched Pool Boy Nightmare.
Oh my gosh. Please tell me everything.
It was fine. It needed more kills, like more of a body count. But like it was okay. It was fun to watch. And then after that, my roommate and I felt like watching another one, so we watched what's called Deranged Granny. And then I came up with the Deranged Granny cinematic universe.
Yes.
Did I send that to you yet?
No.
Here, I'm sending it to you. You're gonna read it now.
Oh boy.
Don't you oh boy me. I'm proud of this.
Deranged Granny. It's a Lifetime movie? Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
There are so many movies in this universe.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. We've got Deranged Granny. Deranged Granny Part 2, Granny's Revenge. Deranged Granny Part 3 in shocking 3D. Deranged Granny, the final chapter. Deranged Granny, the next chapter, of course. The Return of Deranged Granny. The Revenge of Deranged Granny. The Curse of Deranged Granny.
Like Halloween and Pink Panther.
Pool Boy Nightmare. Deranged Granny Story. Deranged Granny Strikes Again. Deranged Granny Takes Manhattan. Deranged Granny versus King Shark. The Granny Games. Breaking Dawn of Justice Part 1. The Granny Games. Breaking Dawn of Justice Part 2. Pool Boy 2. The Second Swim. Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
Granny versus Granny. Which has an end credits scene featuring Pool Boy. 50 Shades of Granny. 50 Shades Grannier. Jackass presents Deranged Grandpa.
Get it?
Oh my gosh. Deranged Granny versus Deranged Grandpa. A very deranged wedding. Granny and Grandpa. It didn't work out. The murder of Deranged Grandpa. Pool Girl. Deranged Granny. The Ballad of Bobby and Ricky. Pool Boy 3. The Haunting of Lava Springs.
Do you know what that is? That's the country club from High School Musical 2.
Oh my gosh. Lava Springs.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, one of the kids is named Bobby in the movie, so that's why it's the Ballad of Bobby.
Gotcha. Deranged Granny versus Jigsaw. Pool Boy 4. The Final Lap. I love that. Deranged Granny versus Pool Boy. The Death of Deranged Granny. Oh no. Oh wait. Deranged Granny rises from the grave. Okay, she's back. Pool Boy. Resurrection. Deranged Granny in the Multiverse of Madness. Featuring John Krasinski as an alternate version of Pool Boy from another universe. Okay, cool. The Master of Deranged. Beat the Granny. Deranged Granny Apocalypse. Deranged Granny Endgame. Deranged Granny The Beginning. Two Deranged, Two Granny, of course. The Deranged and the Granny Tokyo Drift. The Good, the Bad, and the Deranged. The Final Granny. Deranged Granny versus Iga?
So the guy who directed RRR directed another movie called Ega.
Oh
and
my
the
God.
plot of it is insane.
Oh my God.
It's about this man that gets killed and then he comes back to avenge himself as a housefly.
Oh, okay. I'm into that.
And so Tune and I have been trying to watch that for a while, so we'll probably watch that soon.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, Deranged Granny 2, the Richard Donner cut. Deranged Granny, the sequel with the same name that ignores all other sequels.
Like 5 Cream.
Deranged Granny kills, Deranged Granny ends, the end of time. The end. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Thank you. I actually put a lot of thought into it, and I'm very proud of it.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yes, I gotta watch Ega. Saw RRR in theaters again. It's the greatest film ever. It's absolutely amazing. It is pure cinema at its finest. Oh, and I guess I did watch the new Resident Evil, the Welcome to Raccoon City, and I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. I'll talk about only the bad movies I watched. Cloudburst.
What a cool title.
Yeah, it's like a 2011 like Lifetime lesbian movie, and it was a cute idea but bad execution. It was just like trying way too hard. So I didn't like that one. I watched the Netflix movie Disappearance at Clifton Hill. It was nothing special. Just I gave it like 2 stars. It was kind of predictable. The acting wasn't that great.
Okay.
And then I watched Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Well, in reverse order. I watched Fantastic Beasts a while ago. Then I watched Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, and then I watched Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. And I just like I want to love everything Harry Potter, of course, and it's entertaining and it's fun to watch it and like see all the connections it makes to Harry Potter and all that, but I just didn't think they were like good movies as a whole.
Yeah, I kind of felt similar.
Yeah.
The thing is like Mads Mikkelsen is Mads Mikkelsen, you know, he's going to be great in every movie. But like the disconnect since it wasn't Johnny Depp just felt really
yeah, that really sucked.
Like it felt really noticeable, you know?
Totally. Cuz that's never happened in Harry Potter.
No. Well, what happened with Dumbledore, but even then that was cuz the actor died and like the other actor was like both the actors are great, so. Which in this instance also both actors are great, but like just the circumstances.
They are. But they didn't even try to like make in the circumstance they didn't even try to make him like the same character. He just felt like a completely different character.
Right, and then it feels like really like confusing when they're talking about Grindelwald, and it's like, wait, that's Johnny Depp. What is happening?
Yeah. Okay, one more that I didn't like. The Humans. I heard that when I first saw this advertised, I really wanted to watch it because it looked like a weird modern psychological horror. And then I asked my brother. He's like, have you seen The Humans? And I said no, and he said, don't watch it. And then I started watching it, and it is so stupid.
Mitch is wise.
It's based on a play, so it's like just kind of like it's all in one little house in a couple rooms, and there was just a ton of dialogue. But it's like a teasing horror movie, like it will do jump scares for no dang reason at all, and
crap,
and that's it. Nothing ever. It doesn't go anywhere. Like maybe their house is haunted. I don't know, but it's just a family talking, and that's it.
Okay.
It was very disappointing. All right, so join us next week because we're going to be watching an awesome movie, one of my favorites, Donnie Darko.
I'm so excited.
It's available on HBO Max and probably Amazon to rent if you want. So go watch that, and thanks for joining us this week. You better keep therapizing, I tell you what.
Yeah, you better, or we're gonna come after you. Because that's what good therapists do. You don't do what we say. We're gonna chase you in the middle of the night with a pickaxe.